will be an
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is the SMT. Thanks for tuning in to watch this edition of the channel. It's good to have you guys back. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about Verizon and what they're going to be doing in 2020. A lot of this has already started dating back to the later parts, Q4 of 2019. So it's carried over into this year, and it should continue moving forward. So Verizon, for their 2020 network investment, it's always good to have an idea of what the networks are going to be like in terms of how they're going to be built out, where the investment's going, and what the company plans on doing. So Verizon's fresh off of a huge Q4 2019. They added over, like 700,000 subs. They have been doing complete overhauls of a lot of their hardware, a lot of their tower sites. They've been doing tons of network improvements, coverage improvements. I think a lot more capacity is required from the network, and the network's starting to feel the constraints. Therefore, the upgrades are coming. So for 2020, expect a capital investment CapEx spending of 17 to 18 billion. I say that's definitely not a stretch for them to exceed 17 billion and push towards that 18 billion mark. The focus is going to be LT capacity and coverage upgrades. Also, they'll continue to roll out 5G deployment as well. For LT, it's all about densification for Verizon, trying to install small cells in very strategic pocket areas where it can help with congestion. I think a lot of the rearrangement of certain sites also is pretty important, because they're trying to now rearrange where they're putting certain tower sites with certain band capabilities. So what's going on, and I've seen it in my region, is they're shutting down tower sites, reinstalling them in a different position, and then upgrading those sites to multiple band support. So where older tower sites maybe have 2 or 3 bands, they're going ahead and they're doing improvements and they're adding additional support. So adding band 5, adding band 66, additional panels, upgrades. And a lot of what I'm seeing, though, they're making the towers more high capacity. So I think it's important to note what they're doing here is very strategic in upgrading their panels, their antennas, their sites. They're doing a great job of addressing their needs. Now, there does come a point where at some point you need spectrum, and that's where C-band comes into play. We'll know more about this later this year when the auction is actually held. I would expect Verizon to go in big. They've got deep pockets. They're ready for that. Anyways, they're also going to be deploying more 5G. Expect more nodes getting installed all over street corners across the U.S., larger cities, think stadiums, arenas, concert series. Anywhere where there's an abnormally high amount of data traffic, they're going to try to address those issues, offload some of that LTE traffic and that download speed, all that greatness of millimeter wave that can't really work through any type of boundaries or obstructions. But in a stadium, it might help some people. In a concert series, it definitely could help some people. It has its application, but it's under those conditions. It's not really the type of 5G that's going to help large amounts of people outside of city centers. So that being said, the last thing to mention is going to be their fiber installs. This is a very expensive thing that they're doing. It requires a lot of expensive material, and it's very intrusive, and of course very labor intensive. So very, very pricey upgrades for Verizon. Anyways, Verizon will not do this in phases. The thing about Verizon is they're known to do things simultaneously all at the same time. They don't play around, and this is what makes Verizon so successful, and it makes their network upgrades so seemingly so quickly. So AT&T has actually become more like Verizon in this way. T-Mobile and Sprint have never actually been this way. I've always noticed that T-Mobile's done things very strategically in small steps and phases. Sprint, they've actually neglected their network for a very long time. They have recently started to upgrade it very much, but sometimes we can always kind of use that sentiment of too little, too late, and now they're going into the merger, so they're kind of out of the equation. But not Big Red. Big Red has always been move like a thief in the night, do it all simultaneously, massive upgrades in massive amounts, huge quantity. So that's what they do, and that's why they win. So you guys let me know what you think of their capital investment. Let me know what you think of their issues that they're addressing, how you think they'll do in 2020 performance-wise. Do you think it's going to be enough to hold off until they can get the C-band? And that kind of takes it to that item is, how do you think they're going to do in C-band? Do you think they're going to deploy quickly like we see here? Addressing the sensitive issues of congestion and so on. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Go ahead, the pulse of the people, very important to the SMT. Let your voice be heard down in the comment section below. Now, before you guys go, please do me a favor, check out some of the links in the description box. We got a PayPal donation link. We've got the SMT YouTube channel, Sneed Mobile Tech live streams. All the live streams get archived there. I've got a link there. Also, the SMT Patreon. Join to get exclusive access to all types of different content, exclusive stuff that you don't see on YouTube, only for the patrons. Also, we got the Sneed Tech Twitter handle, as well as the Megadon.net invite code. Never need another social media platform ever again. The only one you'll ever need. Protect yourself, support me, the SMT, and support yourself. It is the social media of the future. Make sure that you guys do check out that link. Much appreciated. And also, before you go, if you want to do the channel a solid, please like and share this video. And if you're new, maybe subscribe and bell notify yourself so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And do check out some of these other videos that I've got here. I put a few under cards, and there's a few in video cards as well that you guys can check out. But again, thank you guys for watching. I'm the SMT, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.